So, the new pack is going to release in a few days, and I want to talk about these cards, my opinion on what's good, what's bad, strengths, weaknesses. But I don't want to waste your time just explaining the cards that you probably already saw. So let's get to my points. First off, I want to talk about Giratina, which is probably, arguably, the best card in the set. So, first of all, 150 HP, it's really good. It means you can take a hit for someone like Arceus. Even though if they use red, they're gonna hit you with exact lethal. But you can use Cape to prevent that, so that's an option. And now the ability. So, once per turn, you can take one energy from your energy zone to this guy, but it ends your turn. Now, a really good thing about this ability is that you can use it from turn 1, which is really good because that means you're gonna be able to attack with this guy on your turn 3. Doesn't matter if you go first or second. And of course, you're gonna be using this in a stall deck with something like what's the name? Yeah, Drudigon. So you're gonna have this guy in the bench, just accumulated energy, and then you can leave on your turn 3 and be able to attack with 130 HP. Now, I mean, with 130 damage. Now, 130 damage, it's okay, but it's not perfect because the life you wanna be hitting is 140. But to be fair, Arceus is one of the best cards right now in the meta, and he does 130 damage. So it's not like something bad, right? And the fact that you can use red alongside this damage means you're gonna be hitting 150, which is really good. I mean, unless the enemy is using Cape, you're gonna one-hit KO almost everything. That's the good thing about this Pokemon. Now, the bad thing about it is a few things. First off, if you get this card like mid-game or late game and not from the start, it's probably not gonna be that good. By that point, you want to be able to attack. I mean, the game is just ending, right? You don't have time to start stacking energy once again. So that's the problem, right? You need to get this guy on turn 1 or turn 2 at most. But there's a few ways to counter that. Like now we're gonna get Iono, which is gonna be easier to search for cards. So it's not gonna be that hard. And the second problem with Giratina is that if you have a second copy of it, you can only use one of the abilities because it's gonna end your turn, so you can't accumulate with the second one. And that's another problem. But other than that, I mean, you're gonna be able to attack with 130 on turn 3. That's almost exactly the same thing Arceus does. If you play Arceus alongside Dialga or by its own, on turn 3, you're able to attack. I mean, except if you go first, that's a problem. But 130 damage on turn 3 seems like it's pretty good. So I think this card has a lot of potential, especially if he receives some kind of support from the pack. So Giratina, high potential. We can only wait and see. Another card I want to talk about is Charizard. I've seen a lot of people talking bad about Charizard, comparing it with the other one. But the thing is, this card just works very different. This is not a sweeper. This guy, it's a finisher. So let me explain it. So Charizard, first of all, 180 HP. That means even if you stoke and you accumulate the energy, but then it's the enemy turn and they're gonna attack into you, odds are, unless it got poked somehow, it's gonna survive that hit. And if you survive for your next turn after using stoke, you're gonna be able to attack with 150 damage. And 150 damage, we were talking that it knocks out almost everything. And if you use red, 170 damage, you knock out everything except something like another Charizard. But 150 is a lot. Like a lot of Pokemon here cannot survive 150 damage. Lucario can't. Beedrill can't. I mean, these two guys can. Not with red, but just 150 damage. If we see the top tier decks, Arceus can't. That's 140 HP. Dialga can't either. Gallade, I mean, if you use red, you can knock him out as well. So nobody survives 150 damage by their own. And if you have red, nobody will, definitely. Or the vast majority will not. So, okay, this guy, we need to treat him just as a finisher. Now, why? Well, the strategy with this guy is not to be used with something like Moltres. So, what you want to do, you want to have Charmander in the bench and just ignore it. And by ignoring it, I mean you will not give energy to Charmander or Charmeleon at all until you hit Charizard, right? You just have it in the bench, doing nothing, evolving, while you use other Pokemon, other fire Pokemon, to do the work, right? with the objective of knocking out one of the opponent's Pokemon. So all your energy is going to go to those Pokemon, whatever you want to use, I don't really know what, but all the energy is going to go to them while you have just Charmander evolving in the bench. And once you hit Charizard, now you can put Charizard in the active with no energy at all. Give him 1 energy, use a Stoke, survive the enemy's turn, and in your turn, you're gonna attack with 150. And if the other Pokemon, meanwhile, did their job, you're just gonna end the game with 150 damage. That's pretty good. It's just a finisher. It's just this guy out of nowhere, just 1 energy, survives 1 hit, 150 damage. You're gonna knock out any EX, I mean if you include red, and that's how you win. That's how you use this Charizard. You're not gonna be using Moltres. You will only pull 1 attack of 150 with a Pokemon that requires no setup other than evolving, right? But no energy setup. And I think it's pretty good, and I'm excited to play it. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe I'm wrong. You let me know. But that's what I think about it. What other card can we talk about? Beedrill. Beedrill seems really interesting because first off, 170 HP, just 10 below Charizard. You're gonna be able to take at least 2 hits. I mean, it's almost never gonna get 1 shot. Except like for Charizard or something like that. First off, 80 damage means you can 2-shot almost everything. And the fact that you can discard that energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, that's really amazing because it will not prevent the enemy from attacking with their active Pokemon, because by the time you get this guy out, they probably have around 3 energies. But what this thing will prevent is from the enemy putting energy to their bench Pokemon. So you will force them to keep putting the energy to the active, to keep attacking, so they cannot put energy in their bench. That means that if you get the knockout on that active Pokemon, you're probably gonna win the game. The thing is, you need to pull this guy really early to be able to do that. But if we count stuff like Sprigatito, searching for the Beedrill evolution line, you can make stuff really fast, just 1 extra card every single turn. And if you combine that with Iono, the fact that you're drawing your 2 cards per turn, the one with the Sprigatito and just the natural draw every turn, that makes Iono even better. And also the fact that it needs only 2 energies, it's really good as well. So I think this has potential, and I'm really excited to use this guy. What else do I want to talk about? Wugtrio, it's just really good, you know? Being able to attack turn 2 with just some kind of Dragonite effect. So the way you're gonna use this is, of course, with Manaphy, Misty, and Dawn. So you use, you know, the normal combo, you Manaphy, give energy to 2 Pokemon, maybe this guy and Palkia. Then in your second turn, that's in your first turn. In your second turn, you're gonna retreat Manaphy into this guy, maybe evolve it to Wugtrio, because it's a stage 1. Use Dawn to put the energy from Palkia into this guy, and then give him the turn energy. So you can just start from turn 2, start attacking with 150 damage, spread throughout the enemy bench and active. That's really amazing. And if the enemy bricks, I mean, if they only have 1 Pokemon or 2, that's probably game. I don't think anybody can come back from that. Maybe they have a water Pokemon and they just Misty 3-4 coins. Other than that, that's probably gonna be game. And actually, you know what? Maybe Charizard is not gonna be that good because of stuff like this, just sniping the Charmander from the bench. That can be a problem, so let's see. Now Lucario. I want to talk about Lucario because I don't know how good it is. I mean, I hope it's good, but I don't think it is. 150 HP is good. It's not gonna get 1 shot that easily, especially if you have a cape. But the fact that you need 3 energies to attack with 100 damage, I don't know. I don't think it's that good at all. I mean, 3 energies. The problem is fighting decks requires, they have a bunch of Pokemon like Hitmonlee or Marshadow that require 1 or 2 energies to do something. And the fact that this guy required 3 is that it means that it's gonna require all the energy from mostly the entire game. And that's just not good. I mean, if you expect something like Giratina or Arceus attacking you with 130 from turn 3, and at best on turn 3 you're gonna be attacking with 100 damage, it's not that good. Now, thankfully, the Arceus matchup is good for Lucario because you hit them super effective for 20 more damage. But still, like, you need to get a little bit lucky to pull that off. Now, of course, you can attack with Riolu with 20 damage before evolving to this guy. But the problem is you're risking Riolu getting knocked out. So, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this guy is really good. You know what? Maybe it works. Just because of the HP, the fact that you can cape this guy and take a hit and then you two-shot everything, it may work. So yeah, Lucario. And what else do I want to talk about? Pachirisin to Pikachu. So Pikachu I don't think is gonna be really good. Mostly because we can compare this with something like Raichu. So this guy is not an EX, so he only gives one price point. 100 HP, so 20 less HP and 10 less damage for exactly the same attack. Actually, it's the same attack, right? Thunderbolt? And Thunderbolt, yep, it is. Okay, so 10 more damage. Now, this guy might be good just as a finisher, but you don't want this guy in the active early game. So, what's the point of using this guy instead of Raichu when it's a Pokemon that you want to use late game? So there's no reason for it to be just a basic that you can just put any time when you just want to wait a few turns to use it. So I think Raichu is gonna be better, and also the fact that while you accumulate those 3 energies, you can just be attacking with Pikachu, normal Pikachu, before you evolve into Raichu. Maybe you can go for something like this, attack someone in the bench, then Cyrus, and then you evolve to Raichu and just knock him out. My point is, would you rather attack with normal Pikachu just to have options, I guess? Because it's not like a really good strategy, but it's better than just having this guy sitting in the active spot with 1 energy, right? So I don't think Pikachu is gonna be good at all. Clocksire, I don't know enough about potion Pokemon. I just know that, I mean, you will use this with something like Whizzing, right? So you Koga, you put this guy, double damage, and probably the stage, I mean, the basic, I don't know what the name is of this guy, the pre-evolution, it's probably going to poison the enemy. But still, that only means you can hit them once. And if they retreat before you evolve, then you're doing nothing. So I don't think this guy's gonna be that good. And 60 damage is not good either. Like, you need to 3-shot everything. So unless they release something to poison enemies from the bench or something, I don't think this guy's gonna be any good. And finally, Tinkaton. So 170 HP, that's really good. That's just 10 below Charizard. And you have the ability to attack with 80 damage, maybe 160 for 3 energies in a stage 2 evolution. I don't know how good this guy is gonna be, but the fact that you can 2-shot or 1-shot almost everything, it's really good. That's, I mean, it's interesting, right? But it will depend on the coin flips. Actually, this is pretty similar to Palkia, the non-EX one. It does almost the same thing. I mean, it does the same thing, just that this Tinkaton hits harder, and it's a stage 2, right? I mean, it has potential, maybe. If there's a way, if Iono ends up being a really good way to search for stage 1 and 2s, maybe this guy has potential. So that's my review, I guess. There's nothing else I want to talk about. I mean, Tatsugiri, it depends on Dandao, so we really don't know what it does. Pinsir is awful, and that's about it. So I think Giratina has potential. Charizard as well. It just works different from the other Charizard. We need to consider that. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything else. Let me know. Did you agree with me? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're like, well, that makes sense. Bye.